Welcome back to the channel. You join me today underneath the back of the MG Midget, draining the oil out of the differential in preparation for what will be the topic of this video, which is fitting a limited slip diff. So there's two big challenges in sprinting and hill climbing. One is getting off the start line. That's where you can lose seconds very easily, and trying to avoid the wheels spinning while getting some grip, particularly if it's damp or wet, can be a real challenge. The second is when you're going around tight corners, the whole body weight of the car is shifting from left to right, and that's really where your suspension setup comes into its own. So on a midget, that means hard front, soft back, trying to keep that axle flat to keep the tyres on the ground as much as possible. But even then, there are times when the inside wheel is lifting. That means the wheel spins and you lose power, you lose speed, and ultimately seconds. And that's where a limited slip diff can come into its own and make the difference. So we're not going to go through how to take the differential off. There's other videos how you can do that. I've done that myself. I'm sure if you look, there's a video there on how to do that. So we're going to get the differential off, get it on the bench, and then have a look at what's involved in fitting a new differential unit. And just like that, the differential was on the bench. So here's the plan. The plan is I need to fit this limited slip diff unit into here. Now doing a bit of reading, it says the backlash is on the back of the face, so I have what, 8 thou here in terms of backlash. But what I'm going to try and do is measure this backlash that I have in the pinion and the main ring, and then by taking these two caps off, can pull the differential unit out. We can switch the bearings across onto that one, and then in theory use the same shims and drop it straight back in again, and I should get exactly the same amount of backlash. Now the theory is good, but appreciate in practice you've got manufacturing tolerances, so it's not likely that I might get the same. But if I can get the backlash pretty much the same, I'm sure the diff is going to be just fine. And that's about as far as my knowledge goes. You see, differentials are the thing of black magic and witchcraft, and I certainly don't understand how to rebuild one and do it well and properly. So as long as I can take that one out and put the other one in and have a similar kind of backlash for a sprint car, that's going to be good enough. Because in a sprint car you struggle to hear yourself think, so the chances of hearing the differential are going to be fairly slim. Measuring the backlash with a DTI, I've got 0.35 of a millimetre. On the spec is 8 thou or 0.2 of a millimetre. So I'm running just under double the backlash that I can allow. So that gives me a bit of a range from where I am at the moment back down to 0.2 to try and get to when it's rebuilt. So next up then, with the diff out, I can use a puller, get the bearings off. First bearing pressed on then, just using a vise in order to do that. That's gone on well. So albeit it is quite tight, so it does need a fair bit of force, but that's pushed up to its stop with the shims taken directly off here. So it should be a like for like carryover. So same process again, pressing the bearing on with the vise. So now you can get the crown wheel off. Just a case of undoing these bolts and then screwing those back into there. So the main ring, a bit more awkward to fit. In the end, had to use 3 long bolts to pull it through, as it was a very light fit, press fit onto the limited slip diff. So now we've got that done, take these out and put the main bolts back in, and then we're good. So with the bolts back in, we can torque up the nuts. Quick lock online is saying 60 pounds-feet. Seems quite a lot, but I did need a breaker bar to break them. So we'll see how we go. And indeed 60 pounds-feet did do it. So there we go, limited slip diff unit, all ready to go back in the main carrier. Right, so that's the diff rebuilt. It's a case of just putting it back in the car now, the reverse sequence that I took it out, and then filling it with oil. The oil though has to be special oil. You can't use the standard 80 weight 90 oil. This is competition transmission oil designed for limited slip differentials. So we've got some of this, so we're going to be filling it up with that. It takes about 1 litre, so that should be just enough. So we'll get the diff back in the car, we'll get this oil in it, and then we've got to follow the instructions as to how to run it in. So finding a quiet industrial estate and then doing figure of 8s to bed the limited slip diff in now. Bloody hell, it's noisy. Say as well that you should drive about 20 miles to bed it in. Not sure I could drive 20 miles in this car. So bedding in seems all very straightforward, and hopefully this will make sure that the diff works exactly as it should do when the wheels break away. So hopefully that should all add up to a few extra seconds where it counts. So while I go round and round in circles, bedding this limited slip diff in, I'll leave you to go about your day. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, see you next time.